Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. I know you have missed me because it has been a very busy week for me on the home front, dealing with a lot of different things, and most of all, having some technical difficulties. So I have not been able to do the morning report or the end of day report, and even now, I'm getting by on a string and a prayer. So therefore, I'm going to run through this as quickly as possible. I've also been in the lab this week, and you might notice some changes. There have been some very significant algo shifts that have been bullish market wide. And so I've been making some provisions for that. And we'll go into more in depth on that in another moment. But right now, got to get this report out for you. Didn't want to leave you hanging. I do not know the outcome of this election. I know there's been documented mail fraud, documented voter fraud. There's been a plethora of news. I have not even been able to keep track of all of it. I just know what I have thus seen and heard so far has been off the chain. Even the president addressed the nation this afternoon after the market closed. We also are in the midst of earnings. We had FOMC. A couple big companies missed and got punished in the overnight market after the 4 o'clock bell today. Some markets were down as much as 10%. It's just absolute madness this week. And with all of that, and what I had going on over here on my end, I was able to grab a little bit of piece of the pie this week. I could have done a lot better, but because of all I had going on, I was only able to grab a little bit off the table. But hey, a profitable week is a profitable week nonetheless. Hopefully, my PulseWave was out there. Hopefully, you guys were able to do a lot better than I did in the market this week. I've been looking, and the PulseWaves have been on point, especially in that Bitcoin catching fire, a lot of markets catching fire. So hopefully you guys have been able to profit wildly, and we're going to keep this moving. I believe that there's a whole lot more money on the table, but just be careful of sharp reversals without warning. I have been talking to some of the pulse waivers, and you guys, I want to just reiterate to you, the zero line is extremely important. It's an important element that I added to the PulseWave reports this year because it lets you know where the money flow is at that second in time that you get the report. From the moment you get the reports, that's what the market reading is. Now, remember, the intraday price inflection points, i.e. the price triggers themselves, are also indicators. If you have a zero line under the buy column for the day, which means that the market has been in a bearish bias, meaning that any intraday rallies are getting sold off, okay? What if the market rallies today and you got a zero line on the buy side, but the market explodes and rallies today? Oh man, I thought the market was going to keep falling because we had the negative market bias. Well, guess what? The intraday price inflection points, i.e. the price triggers themselves, are an indication for you. If you see that type of activity happening on an intraday basis, that's what the zero line is for. It's telling you, okay, this is not a normal buy day, okay? However, if this happens, meaning the weekly intraday price inflection point, price trigger, if that is violated, ding, 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 you have yourself a rally alert, intraday rally alert. Get long the market, okay? That's what that's for. The zero line is to let you know where the market bias is at the moment you get that report, all right? So you can trade with the trend. But if this is going to be the last day of the trend and it's going to change from bearish to bullish or from bullish to bearish, that's what the intraday price inflection point is for. That is what the daily versus the weekly price triggers are for, okay? Always remember that. Always remember that. Also, your secondary indicator for that would be if this recommended stop on the report is hit, if the recommended stop on the report is hit, cease trading in that direction of the market. That means that that particular market bias has now ended. Can it resume in the overnight session? Of course. But wait till you get the next report, and then it will confirm for you if the bias is still in effect or if the market is shifted. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. If you have not done so, watch the last tutorial that I did on the zero line price trigger reports, because you're going to need it now more than ever. Okay? I can't stress it enough. All right. Let me just knock this out real quick because I do need to run. Okay. So the first thing we have up here right now, let me go ahead and share my screen with you. We're not going in any particular order, but I'm just going to go by what comes up here first. All right. So the first thing we have on the screen is the Ethereum Etf. Okay. And it's ETHE. And you can see we have a rally alert for tomorrow's trading on this one. Okay. And that's what we're looking for. The market needs to close above $55.71 to maintain the bullish outlook going into next week. All right. The next one here we have is the euro yen on the forex side of things. The market bias is still bullish, heading up toward the overhead trend line resistance. A close above 122.52 is needed to put in a short-term bottom and give this market enough energy for rallying into next week. All right, taking a look now at the pound sterling. British pound, as you can see here, huge momentum lift today. All right, very big momentum lift. The market bias is still to the long side of the market, as I have warned for the past several reports. Here was your initial rally alert, and you've been getting nothing but upside production ever since. Even with this corrective moment right here, remember, all the pullbacks have been getting bid in the market. So even with this, the market's still saying it has a bullish bias. Even when you thought it was going to fall off the cliff here, it reversed on you powerfully. All right, that's why the intraday price inflection points are important. A close above 130.06 is all that's needed to maintain a bullish outlook going into next week. Looking at Nat Gas has been in a sell bias in the market. All right, all rallies being sold off, and we're getting closer to that trend line support. A close above $3.11 is needed and to put in a short-term bottom. Anything below that is bearish for next week. Looking at the Ethereum cash market, as you can see here, the market bias is bullish weekly trend momentum reading. A close above 393.11 is all that's needed to maintain a bullish outlook going into next week. Okay, taking a look here at Litecoin, same thing for Litecoin. We got a bullish bias in the market. We got a lot of upside production today from last night's rally alert. You can see here, nice explosive move. All it needs to do is close above $54.80 to maintain that bullish outlook into next week. All right, the next one here is AG, is the ticker, First Majestic Silver. We have a rally alert for tomorrow's trading. Just be mindful that the $12 overhead resistance zone, which is also the top of the Kumo cloud, is a pretty powerful resistance. But we got this alert, so there's a potential for it to break right through here and keep on going, even with a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. Close above $10.84 is all you need to maintain the bullish outlook going into next week. All right, this ticker is ARD, all right, and this here is on your ASX exchange. So this is for you Aussies out there. This is Argent Minerals. All right, we had that rally alert coming into the market today, and look at the upside production you got, and it paused right at the overhead trend line resistance with a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. I'm not surprised if we get a back and fill on tomorrow's trading or even Monday. All you need to do is close above, I want to say 42 cents in order to maintain a bullish outlook going into next week. All right, General Electric. Oh boy, GE. All right. So this one has a bullish bias in the market. Here's your rally alert here. Here's your upside production. And this one's threatening. It wants to go up, man. Can it get to 10 bucks? I don't know. We'll see. All you need is a close above $7.74 to maintain the bullish outlook going into next week. How about Ford? Look at these. These are both like identical, right? All right, you got a rally alert for Ford for tomorrow. It's flip-flopping from a sell bias to a long bias. We'll see if it can hold that and get something out of it. All it needs to do is close above $7.82 to maintain a bullish bias going into next week. All right, here is Facebook. All right, so you have a gap here too. So here's the rally alert on Facebook. We got upside production, back-to-back upside production 2 days in a row. It's trying to go to, back up to 300. All you need is a close above $280.33, and it will keep this rally thing open. But you got to back and fill this gap. At some point, the gap does need to be filled. So I think upside will be limited, and it's going to have to come down here and fill this gap around 270 to 275 on Facebook. All right, looking at Gbtc, which is your Bitcoin ETF. You can see here, nice upward surge today, getting a lot of upside production from this rally alert. A close above $15.93 is all you need to keep the bullish momentum going into next week. As far as crude oil, ETF OIH, all right, you can see it's kind of losing steam right here at this resistance, overhead trendline resistance. But we got a lot of upside production from the rally alert, which is pretty powerful. You need a close above $100.47 to maintain a bullish outlook going into next week. Now, as far as gold is concerned, all right, a little tricky here with the gold, but overall, it's really clear. You have a bullish bias in the market. Here's the rally alert, and then here we go right here. So we had the sideways moving. All right, for a long time, that's just how gold is. It can consolidate on you for a long time. But now we're trying to break out of the Kumo cloud and break free. And here's your bullish weekly trend momentum reading. Here's your rally alert. Keep getting upside production here. You just need to close above $1,905.30 to maintain a bullish outlook going into next week. What about the Nasdaq, which was the weakest of the indices this week? It finally caught up to everyone else. Here's the rally alert here. And then for 2 days in a row, we got nasty upside production, bullish weekly trend momentum reading. The market bias is definitely to the long side. Yeah, this Nasdaq 100 is futures, my man. All right. Let's see here, bullish bias. You just need to close above 11,538.5 to maintain this bullish outlook going into next week. Yeah, the gold was gold futures. That was gold futures. And then the one I just did was NASDAQ futures. Okay, this next one here is crude oil futures. We did OIH, which was the ETF for this crude oil futures contract. Now we're doing the crude oil futures itself. So this is a very interesting one. So here was the rally alert here. You got a few days of upside production, and now you have a official crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. This could get really interesting because according to this here and this bearish pointer, we could be heading below $30 a barrel. So this is interesting on the crude oil. This is really interesting. Here's what you need to do. You need to close above $37.86 in order to maintain some type of a possible bullish outlook. But if you close below $37.86 tomorrow, then that's a top. All right, that's a top. And then we got all types of selling going into next week. How about silver? Okay, so here we go with the silver. Let me pull it up. All right, so you can see here the market bias is to the long side. Here's your rally alert. Here's your upside production. Trying to get up to the top of the Kumo cloud around the $26 handle. Don't know if you'll quite make it, but all you need is a close above $24.21 tomorrow to maintain a bullish outlook for silver. All right, and then last but not least, the euro dollar. Euro dollar right now has a bullish bias in the market that is trying to maintain. All right, so Back here was your sell bias in the market, right? And all the rallies kept getting sold, right? But now it's trying to flip from a sell bias and is trying to create a bullish bias. So this one is getting interesting also. The last bullish bias we had back here was still under the auspices of a sell bias. So any rally we got under the bullish bias ended up being sold off hard. And this is what we could be seeing again. Very interesting. Are we here? Are we seeing this again? All right. The euro dollar is really trying to figure out what it wants to do when it grows up. But right now, I got to tell you, it has a sell bias in it still. All right. We have not changed. Your last rally / crash alert was back here. Back here. Back here. All right. We haven't had another rally or crash alert since then. These little arrows you're seeing are these are algo shifts, but not market bias shifts. Nothing has changed with the bias. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? So what do you need to see? Well, you need to see a close above 117.23 just to maintain a bullish zone whereby the rally will enter the zone of being sold off. So technically speaking, tonight into tomorrow, this rally should be gearing up to be sold off, because every time you get up here to this resistance zone, the market sells off pretty heavy. And we're already here now. We've already entered into the resistance zone space. So very interesting with the euro dollar. Needs to break out of this longer term contraction, this sideways. Look how long it's just been consolidating here, both in and outside of the cloud. So we'll see. Wash, rinse, repeat. Who knows? We will see. Let's see. Yeah, Josh, don't worry, my man. If you want to learn how to do the futures, I am planning a webinar to do futures for the near future here for all my post waivers that want to dip their toe into the futures. They have micro futures contracts now that you can trade for a fraction of the cost. So we will be going over those. I'll be doing a webinar in a not too distant future. Yeah, I already did Bitcoin. No, I didn't do Bitcoin, did I? I thought I did Bitcoin. I was preparing to do Bitcoin. My bad. Let me get it open. Let me get it up for you. Let me find it. Let's see. I think it's going to be here. Let's see. Yep, got it. My bad. All right, here we go. Bitcoin. All right, so as you can see, here we go with your Bitcoin. It kind of flip-flopped on you right here, but look, you got your rally alert, and then you got your incredible explosive upside production, and we're still in a market bias that is bid. That's right, you have a long market bias in Bitcoin right now. All that's needed is a close above 13,973.53 in order to maintain the bullish outlook going into next week. That's it. That's all you need. If you have been following this, if you've been long, you got long the Bitcoin following the pulse waves from the rally alert back here or this recent rally alert right here, definitely start popping your way through to lock in some profit. Go ahead and place those stops because you're playing with the house's money now. So don't turn a winning trade into a losing trade, and you guys should be good to go. All right. Lord willing, I'll be able to do a pre-market tomorrow with you. But in either case, you guys know what it is. I've been in the lab, and every time I come out that lab, we get paid. So you know what it is, PulseWaveTrading.com. Be sure to go there and register so that you can be kept up to breast with these market reports. We show you how to break bread with us, how you can make money in these markets, even during the most volatile times. Doesn't matter how much volatility it is or lack thereof. There is a means to make money. There's money on the table every day. All you have to do is be ready and be in a place to receive it. And with that being said, you know what it is. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.